is from C3 Creative. Got a couple bow combos that I want to make today, and I'm going to show you. So my first one is these gorgeous ribbons. I actually attended a gala this weekend at TMI Gifts in Mississippi, and they had a ribbon I have not seen before that I cannot wait to use, and it is this really, really pretty patriotic, great for our 250th. But if you look, it says 1776 on it, and then it's got this really gorgeous red and white back. So this is going to be my focal point. And then I've got a red and white ribbon, some stars on white, and this blue ribbon. So I got all of these ribbons at TMI Gifts. And then this one came from Craft Outlet, and this is really pretty as well. I love a gingham. I love gingham and chinoiserie. Those are my favorites, but I think this is really pretty. So this is going to be our accent. So let's get started. I'm going to start by opening all of my ribbons. Get everything ready to go. This one is really pretty too. I had not seen this one before. I mean, I've seen similar, but this is a Brilliance ribbon, so it's kind of a step up from like an RG ribbons, but it's not quite a deluxe ribbon, but it's a nice ribbon. Their prints are really pretty. I don't know if you can see, this is very crisp. The stars are perfect. It's not shedding, and it's got that beautiful royal blue. So again, I'm looking forward to making this bow. I always start by dropping my ribbon on the floor, make sure I have a zip tie to secure my bow. I use tinsel ties so I can attach it to whatever I'm going to attach it to. I've got my very sharp scissors, and I have no idea where my wire cutters are, but I do have a pair of scissors so I can cut my zip tie. I always recommend that you have a separate cutting device for ribbon versus everything else, because you don't want to dull your ribbon scissors. I mean, this ribbon is so pretty. I love this. I'm trying to think, how big do we go? I think we're going to do, let's go 8-inch loops with this first one, because I really want you to be able to see this ribbon. Now this is directional, so I'll have to show you. We're going to have to flip it as well, but that's okay. Easy to do. So we're going to start by doing an accordion pinch right there, and then I twist really hard. And I like to use a bow maker. You can do it by hand as well. I just always start in my bow maker. It just makes it easier to hold the different ribbons. And then I'm going to come across here with these 7-inch loops, just like that. And then I'm going to pinch and twist again in the bow maker so that I'm getting a nice pinch. There we go. And I'm actually closer to 7.5 inches, so I'll just match that on this side. My ribbon's twisting. That's why I throw it on the floor, because I don't like that twist, but it's okay. So where did I say we are? Almost 7.5. About right there. Here. Okay. And then I'm going to come down. I'm going to use this. This ribbon is super thick and bouncy, so I'm going to use my glider to just hold it in place for me. And then I'm going to come across with another piece at the top. Again, I really want this to show. And I'll probably use this in my center button as well. It's what we'll finish with. So we're going to do that. And now that I've got this, I'm going to go ahead and position where I want it. So this tail is going to come down, and this one I'm going to go up with. And because I'm doing that, I'm going to reach underneath here and just twist this ribbon. That way all my directions work, right? So I want it to say 1776, and then this is facing this way. So I just did a quick twist underneath to keep that all straight. Now I'm going to use my next one here. I'm going to trim my edge. This is actually a really good ribbon. It's you know what? I just realized it's almost a kind of a satin on the back and a linen feel on the front. Really, really nice. And then on this one, we're going to do the same thing, just a little more than 7 inches. Come across. This is such a good ribbon. Wow. I mean, for the price, I think this ribbon was $7, and it's great. Good feel to it. Okay. Then we're going to pinch and come down. use this again just to hold everything in so it doesn't pop out. I'm going to trim up my tail, come across the other side. And then I'm going in next with going red or blue? I think I'm going to go red and then I'll go blue. And I love this ribbon. This is a red on the front and a white on the back, so it's really pretty. And I'm not going to do an up tail this time. I'm just going to go down with this. There's a method to my madness. I really want that this beautiful 1776 ribbon to show. So this time I'm going to go across with a little bit shorter. I'm going to go about 6.5 inches. So I'm a little bit shorter. I'm so mad. There is a seam. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to cut this right here. And this happens sometimes. It's annoying, don't get me wrong. But what you can see here is I have a splice in my ribbon. So I'm just going to trim this and then I'll come across here with my next loop. So I'm going to start this way, there, and there. And again, I'm going to come across at 6.5, perfect. And then come down, I'm going to put this here to hold that in place. And cut this about right here. And then I'm going to go in with my blue. Oh, you know what? I meant to put the red before the blue. So let's fix that. I mean, before these stars. Stack that wrong. So I'm just going to slide that there. And I'm going to slide this here. And now everything's where it's supposed to be. Except everything's the wrong size now. But that's okay. I'm just going to arrange things so that I like the way it looks. And there we go. Alright, now I'm going in with my blue. I was like, why is this not looking right? Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. And that's okay. So I'm going to do the same thing this time. I'm not going to do a tail up. I'm just going to come across. Make sure I've measured this properly. Nope, it goes right there. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do these 6.5 inch loops. And the reason why I'm doing this with the smaller ribbons is I want these bigger 2.5 inch ribbons to really shine. So that's why I'm not putting these at the top and why I am cutting them or making them a little bit smaller loops. That way you can see the bigger ribbon behind it. And then I'm going to go in with this thin ribbon right at the end here. And I don't think I want to put it up there again. I think I'm going to just let this hang down. And I'm just going to do a single loop here. I forgot to arrange this. That one goes there and here like that. And then this one I'm going to go probably about 1 inch shorter. And I'm just twisting. There we go. And then I'm going to come down. And I'm making these pretty long because I'll curl these at the end. And then I want to finish with this amazing, beautiful 1776 ribbon again. So this time I am going to go back to the top. And I'm going to punch that in here. And I'm going to do a twist. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to be a little different. And I'm going to let the red and white show. Nope, I'm not. I don't like how that looks. Change my mind. Psych. Okay, so we're going to go just like that. So we have a bit of a button there. That little one loop finish. Oh, this is so pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and then we're going to cut about right here. All my ribbons still on the floor. That's okay. We'll clean that up in a minute. So next, now that I have all my ribbons in, I'm going to slide my zip tie underneath. I'm going to find my center. Make sure I'm capturing all these ribbons and slide it so it's very snug right against your bow maker poles here. And I'm going to tighten it just enough to take it out of the bow maker. Not all the way tight yet because we got to get our zip tie in. our twist tie. So I have that in. I'm gonna slide this so that it's centered. And this is really important this particular time, especially because if you remember, we had a splice in our red ribbon, so we gotta make sure that we're securing it. So we don't wanna miss those loops. And now I'm gonna tighten it really good and make sure I have a nice, good cinch. I'm gonna use my dull scissors to cut my zip tie. Throw away my ends. And I always say this, but you know, look at my bow. It doesn't look great. So this is where the real work and the magic happens, okay? Because this is where we're gonna make it beautiful. So we're gonna start by taking our tails at the top and we're gonna dovetail everything. And when you dovetail, you fold your two seams together, you point it towards the ceiling, and you cut up at an angle. That's called a dovetail or a fish tail or a mermaid tail, whatever you wanna call it. But that's what you do. And you always should cut up. It just keeps you from accidentally cutting yourself. And I have done that too many times. Trust me, it's good to have a solid method and kind of pattern for how you do this so you don't accidentally cut yourself, because it's not fun when you do. These are very sharp scissors. But if you do, it happens. Grab a Band-Aid, start over, you'll be fine. And then we got this last piece here. And again, I purposely didn't do a lot of tails at the top because I really wanted these ribbons to shine. I really wanted to be able to see my stars and that 1776 at the top. And I think that looks so pretty. It looks great. So now what I'm gonna do is I do a quick singe on my ends. You don't have to do this. I prefer to just make sure that I don't have any fraying and that I don't have any wires poking out. And sometimes when you do a quick singe, if the wires poke out, you can go ahead and trim them at that time. So that's why I do that. Okay, so we're all done. I mean, this is such a pretty ribbon. Unbelievable how pretty this is. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and twist my 1776 button in the center just so I can line things up. And then I'm gonna pull my tails towards me so that I can kind of get everything in place, because then what I'm gonna do next is cut these and trim them, okay? So, there's that. Perfect. All right, so then what I do is I kind of lay these down and I want to stagger them. And as you can see, I have all kinds of lengths here. I like my back ribbon to be the longest, and it doesn't have to be perfect. If you have some skinnier ones, they can be a little longer, or you can curl them. It just depends on what design you're going for. But I'm going to cut that one there. I'm going to cut this red one about right here because I want it to be a little bit shorter, actually. Yeah, it's just a little shorter now. Perfect. Then I'm going to cut this one about right here. I'm going to cut that blue one about right here. Perfect. This one I'm going to do, I want this to be shorter than my other ribbons, and I might trim that some more in a minute. I haven't decided. And then I like to cut my skinny ribbons just at an angle, just like this. And this one can be a little longer because I like to kind of give these a curl under. So when we get done at the end, I'll kind of curl this like that. So it's okay that it's longer. That's why I'm giving this more length. So that side's done. Oh, quick singe on the ends. Let me do that real quick before I forget. Perfect. Alrighty, now we're going to go to the other side here, and I'm going to do a quick dovetail. And next is my red, so we want it just a little bit shorter. Perfect. And we're going to do our stars a little bit shorter. My blue is way too long, but that's okay. We'll trim it up here. And then this one we're going to leave a little extra long because again we're going to curl it. So I'm just going to cut this at an angle, and then this one will be curled up. So quick singe on my ends. And what I'm kind of doing here is sometimes this satin will melt a little bit, and I'm just kind of making sure I don't have any wires poking out, because you don't want to poke your customers with wires. Or yourself. Okay, so all done with that. So now what I do is I take this and make myself a little handle in the back, and then I start just really working these bows. So I'm pulling these out so that I've got them in different directions the way I want them. So I want this one here, and then I'm gonna have this one come up and up. And then once I have that, I'll use this, and I'll kind of use my hands and just round these loops out so that you can see everything really, really good. Let me hold my handles here. Fluffing everything out here, and I'm taking my hands, and again I'm just trying to pop these loops out and make them really dance for us so that we have a lot of movement and we can really see this bow. And then now I'm gonna arrange this one, and oh my gosh, this could not be any cuter, I think. So there's our finished bow. What do you think? I love it. I love this 1776 ribbon. It's so unique and different and really, really perfect for the semi-quincentennial this year.